This Google Business Profile strategy gets our clients to the first page of Google Business Profiles consistently and has added hundreds of thousands of dollars to their business. And I will show you those examples in a sec here. But if you're in the home service space, you know how important getting your Google Business Profile to the top of Google is. And if you don't, right, if you're a contractor, HVAC, plumbing, electrician, even home cleaning, renovation, or any kind of local service business, your Google Business Profile might be the most important part of your marketing, because think about your customers right now. Where are they going if they have the problem that you offer the solution for? If they have a drain that's clogged, where are they going to look up emergency services? They're going to Google. They're not going to TikTok or to Instagram to look up those services. Google is still the dominant search engine for your services if you're in the home service space. And so it's often the first thing that people see when they do a search, right? The Google Business Profiles. They see the sponsored ads first, but they know that people pay to get those links there. The second thing they see, the most prominent, is the Google Business Profiles, because there's also a visual element to it. They can see the map, they can see how close the business profile is to them. They can see the reviews and the ratings and how many reviews that business has. And so most people don't even scroll past the Google Business Profile list. It's the first thing that shows up. And so some people just click to call, click on the website, etc. You get the idea. What does this mean for you? Ranking in the top 3 means more calls, more leads, and more trust before a customer even clicks to look at your website. And that's something that your Google Ads, your website SEO doesn't do. Both of those things are extremely important, and I've got a series of videos coming up where I'm going to talk about how to dominate all of Google's marketing channels, like ads, like website SEO. But in this video, it's about Google Business Profiles. And I am starting with this one because it's the most important. So think about it. It means more calls and more leads for you, but practically in terms of like money and revenue, what would an extra 20, 10, 50 leads a month do for your business? How much more revenue would that bring in, right? Think about that right now. And so, for example, this is one of our client case studies, a renovation contractor. He added an extra $300,000 to his business in 6 months, and his business profile is always at the top of Google for Google searches, and I'll show that to you in one sec here. Here's some more examples to show you our clients and how they're ranking on Google, to show you again that we do this. I'm not just speaking out of my mouth here. This is HVAC near me. So this is an HVAC company. You can see here this little blue verified tick mark means that we manage the business profile. Scrolling down here, duct cleaners, kind of another in the HVAC sphere here. You can see Pristine Air, one of our clients. Renovations near me. This is the renovation client I was just talking about. Heat pump installation, another HVAC client here, White Mechanical. These are some of our other clients' performance on their Google Business Profile, just screenshots from it. 2,000 interactions, 900 interactions, 1,000 interactions, 800 interactions. I'm not going to just continue showing all of our clients, because you get the idea here. This is something we do consistently. But where do most people go wrong? And right after this, I'm going to get into the tactic and the strategy and what you need to do in order to get to the top of Google and what we do with our clients. But you have to understand first, like, where do most people go wrong? Most people think their business profile is just reviews, right? That's what most people think it is. It's, I just have to get more reviews than everyone else, then I'll be good. Some people think it's posts on their business profile. Some people think it's backlinks, and they focus on one thing. Most of the time it's testimonials and reviews for a month, and they don't see any progress, and so they just stop, and then their Google Business Profile loses all its progress and just falls off, right? Getting to your Google, or getting to the first page of Google on your business profile, is not about just one thing specifically. It's a multitude of factors, all of which I'm talking about in this video, and how to optimize each and every single one, because we know what Google values and takes into account when it's ranking business profiles. And just like you've seen above, this system works consistently with our clients. This isn't some tutorial I got ChatGPT just to make me. This is exactly what we do, the systems and the processes that we put in place with our own clients. And some people think it's just about proximity. They think as long as I'm like a block away from this client, I'm going to rank, and there's nothing I could do about that, right? I'm just not going to rank anywhere else. And again, that is a lie. That's simply false. It's your limiting beliefs and lack of action around SEO is what's keeping your Google Business Profile on the second, third, fourth page of Google, and not any external factors that you can't control, right? If you're in a city that's, 200 kilometers away from another city, your business profile is not going to show up in that other city. However, you can have a wider reach for your Google business profile than you think. And exactly this is what I'm going to show you here today. Optimize these 6 factors, and I guarantee you your business profile will show up on page 1. The reason I can say guarantee is because we do it with our clients and we give them guarantees too. At the end of the video, I'll talk a little bit about what we do and what our guarantees are. But what impacts your Google business profile rankings? These are the factors. Google's local algorithm considers 6 main factors when it is adjusting or ranking specific results. You don't need to master everything all at once, but understanding each piece of the puzzle gives you that clear edge, and you'll have the context when you're going into optimizing the different factors and how they impact each other. So here are the factors here. Distance, so proximity, how close or far away from the service area is your business profile located? Relevance, prominence, consistency, engagement, and website SEO. This last one here, website SEO, is what most people, 99% of people, miss when they're optimizing their Google business profile. And again, I'll break it down for you. But relevance, proximity, consistency, and engagement, these are really the big 4 here that you have a clear edge on. Now, distance. Let's go into the first one. We're going to jump right into this. I'm not even going to explain all these because I'm going to do it anyway. So distance, aka proximity. The one that you can't control but you can optimize around. So Google prioritizes businesses that are closer to the user's search physical location, right? So I just pulled up a random search here. Electricians near me. You can see the little blue dot is where I'm located here. And then the first results, or most of the first results, are close to me. Like Eagle Power, you can see that's right here. Thai Electric, I think it's this little dot here. And then BC Star Electric, that's like right here, right? You can't change your address, but you can optimize your presence across nearby areas. And so there's nothing that's holding these other businesses here. You got Lonsdale Electric, NV Electrical, this one here, Greenvolt. These ones could be in the first place above these ones that are close to me, right? And so one of the ways that you can do that is add neighboring cities or service areas in your business profile setting. So for example, this is my business profile, and you can see here, I've got different service areas, Belcarra, Coquitlam, Vancouver, West Van, North Van, Lynn Creek. There's a lot more that I could add in there, but adding as many of those as you possibly can, and even subsections of individual cities, you'll see that Google, when you're setting up your service areas on your business profile, gives a lot more options than just major cities. And so have those individual niche locations in there as well. Again, I'm just reiterating here, multiple suburbs or areas in your site content and services pages. I'm going to talk about this later. This gets into the website SEO, but keep this in mind for later. Encourage reviews from customers in different locations to help you show up across a wider area. Again, we're going to get into the reviews and the engagement later, but if you have reviews from people that are in different areas around where you want to service in different cities and sections of cities, then your business profile has a higher likelihood of showing up in those areas as well. Again, we're going to talk about this later, but make sure your reviews are descriptive and contain the city/area that they live in. Relevance. What does this mean? You want to make it obvious what you do, and you want to make it like stupidly obvious, especially to Google, what you do, because they need to understand what your business offers so it can match your profile to the right searches. You want to pick the most accurate primary categories in your profile, then add 2 to 4 supporting categories. So how business profiles are set up in terms of what you can edit is you have like your main business category, right? And then you have a bunch of different services that you can add. So you've got the business categories here. Make sure the primary one is like the most relevant to what you do. So this is an example of one of our clients who's a tree service business. And you can see here in this image, his main category is tree service, but then he's also got like a couple other main services, gutter cleaning, arborist service. And then if you look at the description here, it's detailed, it's filled out, and it has the keywords. When I say keyword, I'm talking about like your main service. So if you're an electrician, you want to mention, electrician, literally the word electrician and the cities that you service within the description of your business profile. This one's a little bit short. You could make it longer, but you don't want to make it ridiculously long. Create posts and pages using terms like heat pump install Vancouver or emergency plumber Surrey, depending on your service. So this goes into your website. as well as the posts that you can do on your business profile, which again, we'll talk about in a bit, but you want to stay consistent with your language across the website, business profile, and reviews. So you're like kind of reiterating on every single platform, this is what I do, this is the areas that I serve. So a good example of a website, this is one of our clients who is a renovation contractor. His homepage says trusted contractors in North Vancouver for renovations that last. It's got the keyword renovations. It's also got the keyword of the city that they service, which is North Vancouver. Okay, makes sense? Perfect. The next factor, prominence. You're building authority over time. Prominence and relevance, they sound similar, but what's the difference? Relevance is how related your Google business profile settings like categories and services, how related those are to the user's search and location. Prominence is the authority that your Google business profile has and the weight that it has on Google. The more prominent or authoritative your Google business profile is, the higher it will rank as well. Again, it's how visible and credible your business appears online. So when you have more mentions, links, and activity, Google rewards you for that. And so what helps your prominence and what can you do to increase it? One is the high quality reviews, right? High quality reviews is kind of the backbone of a Google business profile. The more reviews you have, the higher it will rank naturally. And again, it's not the only thing. It's like if you just try to get more reviews, that's not going to do the whole job for you. You have to focus on these other variables as well. But a big factor is your reviews. If you don't have that many reviews, you're not going to rank high in your Google business profile. So high quality reviews, what does this mean? If you're picking a restaurant to go to, for example, and it's near you, are you going to go to the one that has 1,500 reviews with an average 4.7 stars or the one with 15 5-star reviews? Of course, keeping all else the same, you're going to go to the one with 1,500 reviews and an average of 4.7 star rating. Even if the average is like 4 stars, you're going to choose that one over the one with less reviews because there's more data to go off of, right? There's more people who have vouched for that business than just 15 people. 15 people could be like the friends or family of this business, right? 1,500 people means there is people going to this restaurant consistently, okay? And so it's not just about having a high average rating in terms of your stars, but it's having a lot of people reviewing your business profile. And so that's one thing with the Google reviews. I'll talk about how to ask for Google reviews and to kind of automate your system. But you also want to have mentions on other websites. So directory listings like Yelp, BBB, Yellow Pages, there's so many of them out there. There's probably hundreds, but as many as you can get on, get your business profile on those directories. Same with your website, because what that does is shows Google there's other websites that are linking back to your Google business profile, and it shows up more places on the internet. Backlinks to your website from industry or local sources. So it's not just about backlinks to your Google business profile on other websites, also backlinks to your website, because the website SEO and the Google business profile SEO really go hand in hand. Google takes into account your website SEO when it's ranking your business profile. Regular content updates like blogs or projects, so blogs in your website, putting posts, projects, testimonials on your Google business profile consistently is what's going to build up this authority over time. It's just like social media. The more you post and the more quality content that you post on your social media, the more authority you're going to have over time and the more views ultimately that are going to come as a result from that consistency. And that kind of leads me nicely into the next part here, which is the variable of consistency. You want to send signals to Google that you're active. So kind of like the example I talked about earlier, if you're just posting for a month, if you get a bunch of reviews for a month and then you drop off and you stop doing any SEO on your website, your Google business profile, nothing's going to happen, right? It's not going to, and you're not getting reviews. Your Google business profile is not going to get to the first page because you're not consistent. It might get there for a month, but then someone's going to overtake you, right? A lot of businesses set up their profile and leave it untouched for months. This is what happens. Google prefers profiles that look active and maintained. So what you want to do is update your photos, add new photos, your hours, and your services quite often, right? Add weekly posts about projects, tips, frequently asked questions, or seasonal updates. There's always an update that you can add on your Google business profile page, whether it's a seasonal thing like special holiday hours, a project that you just completed for a client, anything that impacts your customers or could impact them, put that on your Google business profile as an update. And make sure you respond to every single review to keep your profile looking active. So most people miss this. They just do the first half of the Google review, which is they ask for it, they get the Google review, but then they don't respond to it. And so this is a good example here of a review that we just pulled up. It's got photos in it, it's got keywords in it, but I shouldn't say most importantly, very importantly, the owner of the Google business profile responded to the review. And again, Google takes that into account when you respond to reviews, right? It shows Google that you're active. Okay, engagement. Get people interacting with your profile and not just you updating the profile. So the consistency part is mostly you doing updates to the Google business profile, right? Responding to reviews, updating your hours, you're adding new photos, posts, etc. Engagement is other people interacting with your profile. So again, this could be likened to social media, where the more that you post, the more you do on your social media, it's going to build up that prominence and authority. But you also need the interaction from other people, like likes, shares, comments, follows, subscribes, whatever the engagement metrics are on social media. It's similar on the Google business profile. You want to have other people, not just you, engaging with the profile. And that means high quality products and services that you're offering. So the more people click, call, leave reviews, or view your photos, the better your profile is going to perform. Google will take that into account. And so to boost this engagement, again, ask customers for reviews after each job, upload geotagged photos of your work consistently, use posts to answer common questions, make your listing visually strong with good photos and descriptions. So you're optimizing the content that gets put out on your Google business profile so that more people click it. And again, this is where reviews come in. The more reviews that you have, the higher likelihood someone's going to engage with your Google business profile. You're not going to see a lot of people engaging with a 10 review Google business profile, right? And so more reviews typically means more engagement consistently. So this is a section here that I added in actually after, and I wanted to talk about this and give you some advice on asking for reviews, because I'm reiterating in this video a lot how to update your Google business profile and that you need to get reviews on it. But if I'm not showing you how to get reviews, then it's not going to be very useful. So people are happy to leave reviews when they're asked the right way. A lot of people feel weird about asking their clients for reviews, or it feels like they're being needy, but it's simply not the case. It's a belief that you have to break about asking your clients for reviews. And if you feel like you're asking for too much when you ask for a Google review, that could also be an indicator that maybe you're just charging way too much for a shitty product or a shitty service. And so you want to feel good about asking for a review. If someone had a great experience with you, if they told you about their great experience verbally or in person, then asking for a review is just a logical follow-up. It is not needy whatsoever. So what I like to do typically is use the feedback first method. So ask how the service went, like ask if there were any issues, talk about what went really well, how they're liking their new heat pump or whatever the service that you offer is. And then if it's positive, follow up with, we're asking some of our happy clients to leave a quick Google review. It really helps others to find us, right? And just that simple ask, you don't need to make it like an essay. Most people write it in a text or an email and it's like paragraphs long. It's literally just this. We're asking some of our happy clients to leave a quick Google review. It would really help others to find us. Make it easy by sending them a direct link to your review page and a sample review to model. So don't just ask them for the review. Say, this is typically how other people write reviews for us, and give them an example review that they can follow so it's easier for them to do it. The easier you make it for your client to give a review to you, the more likely they are going to do it. You can use a tool like Jobber to automate review requests after each job is marked complete. So Jobber is a great CRM. If you don't have a CRM for your home service business yet, Jobber's great. I'm not affiliated with them at all. We've done some actually talks with Jobber at their Jobber Summit and some of the webinars for them, but I don't have a financial incentive to tell you that Jobber is just a fantastic product. So it lets you do an automatic review request after each job is complete. But there's a lot of other tools that are out there that will let you do like an email sequence or an email campaign that you can attach to your CRM, whatever CRM you use. So the review asks are automated at all times. Pro tip here, make sure your customers put keywords and images if possible. Images are like really ideal, but a lot of people just won't do that, which is fine. But put the images and keywords into their reviews, just like in the screenshot below. So I just took a random review here. This is not even like one of our clients, but I just took this review because it's just a great review. You can see that it's not like 1 or 2 sentences long. It's a full paragraph long. And underlined here are keywords that they added into the review. So Lonsdale Plumbers. This business is just called Lonsdale Plumbers, but either way, they have the location. So Lonsdale is a location. Repair for a dripping tub / shower, plumber. They've got keywords in the review. It's full. It's a 5-star review as well, and that's something that's going to go far when it comes to the SEO. And as a bonus, the owner replied to that review. So when location and service keywords are in the review, your business profile will have a higher likelihood of showing up on page 1 when someone in that area looks for that specific service. Okay, getting into the last piece of the puzzle here, website SEO. Again, this is something that most people don't realize or they neglect. Most people just don't know that your website SEO plays a huge role in how well your Google business profile ranks. So your Google business profile and your website support each other. Like when I'm talking to a client about their business profile or their website or both, it's like 2 pieces of a puzzle. They have to go together. You can't have them separately. You can't just do the Google business profile and not the website. You have to do both if you want to have a higher likelihood of getting to that page 1 for your Google business profile. So when your website ranks, it improves your profile's credibility. Again, Google is going to take that into account, guys. What helps? Location-based service landing pages, so plumbers in Burnaby or like plumbers in your area. I made a hierarchy template that you guys can just follow and swipe this, that we use to make sure every location and every service gets a dedicated landing page. So this is kind of what it looks like. I don't know if I can zoom in here. It looks like I can. So it's kind of hard to see, but at the top here, you've got your home page, right? Which is like the main page in every single website. Then you've got your individual services pages. So service 1, service 2. I'm going to show you an example of like an HVAC company and how they can use this, but you can apply this to your business. Then you've got like sub-services for each of these. And then under your sub-services, you want to have your location-based landing pages. I took this inspiration from another video. I believe his name's Andy from Striker Digital. I'll like plug his channel in the description or something. He also does home service SEO. He talks a lot about local SEO. Definitely check his channel out. He's got a lot of great content on there about home service SEO. So let me zoom back out here. This is what the template looks like. So you've got the homepage, service page, sub-services, and then your individual location landing page. So this would be a HVAC company, for example. So you got the homepage up here, you got heat pumps, furnaces, boilers, and air conditioners, all the different systems. Under each of these, you'll have installation of heat pumps, repair of heat pumps, maintenance of heat pumps, and then under each of those sub-services, you have heat pump installation North Vancouver, heat pump installation West Vancouver, heat pump installation Burnaby, and all the different service areas and cities that you service. And you do the exact same thing for furnaces, boilers, any of your other services. So I hope that makes sense. You got the homepage, your main services here, and then underneath, kind of the sub-services that go along with the main service, and of course, each of the location landing pages for those. So this is an example of how we've implemented that on one of our clients' websites. You can see here in the main navigation of the website, we put their location landing pages, the main location landing pages, into the header navigation. But if you're doing these other location landing pages for your sub-services, you don't have to put them in the main navigation in your website. They could just be linked somewhere else on the website. It could be in the footer, or it could be internal links. And so what an internal link is when you're reading a blog post, for example, and there's a link on a piece of text that links to another page on their website, that's an internal link. So it's internal because the link is going back to another place in the website. And what that does is it shows Google that that page on your website is being linked elsewhere and has a higher likelihood of being indexed by Google. And again, it is going to help your business profile rank in that specific location. So for example, Burnaby is a city where I'm from in Vancouver. If I have on my website, Burnaby SEO agency, my business profile has a higher likelihood of ranking for that search and not just my website. Blog posts that answer real customer questions. So I've got a video, I'll link it right here in the top corner, wherever YouTube links videos, on how to write blog posts and how to get blog post ideas, but really you're just answering common questions that your customers ask you in the form of a blog post. Final thing here, make sure your sitemap is submitted on Google Search Console. I've got so many website SEO videos on my channel, and I talk about this a lot, but Google Search Console is like the last piece of your website SEO. If you do any work on your website, adding a location landing page, adding a service page, a blog post, adjusting content, make sure that you upload your sitemap to Google Search Console, because it's similar to like making a whole YouTube video. It's like if I made this entire YouTube video, I edited it, I made a thumbnail, and then I just didn't upload it. That's what you're doing, like uploading your sitemap to Google Search Console is. So, final thing here. Here's what happens when you get this right. A full calendar of leads without paid ads, which I'm going to be talking about paid ads later and why they're important. But your Google Business Profile, you do not need to pay for it. Ranking for multiple high intent keywords, more trust, more visibility, and faster conversions for your customers, because they see your reviews. They see the social proof that what you do works for other people, that you do great work. You will have an easier time converting your leads into customers when they come from your Google Business Profile, and you will make more money for your business. One of our clients added over 100K in revenue in a year using this exact strategy. This is the YouTube video right here. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, just local SEO done right. And again, there's no like crazy method or strategy here that's like different than anyone else is doing. You know, a lot of it is simply just doing the main things that I'm talking about in this video, which you'll see consistently across other YouTube videos about Google Business Profiles, but it's doing them consistently and doing them over time. It's not a game of how do I do this as fast as possible, although you can do that, but you still want to keep up at it consistently. So if you want us to do this for you, we've helped over 100 home service businesses generate organic revenue through SEO. If you're too busy to do this yourself, but you want it implemented properly, we've got you covered. So what we will do for you, and this is what you're going to get, an SEO audit of a list of high value keywords that your customers are searching up every month, along with their search volume and difficulties. So it's a full audit of your website, business profile, what needs to be improved, and a list of those search terms and keywords that we can get you to the top of Google for. We'll fully optimize your Google Business Profile listing, your images, categories, descriptions, everything that I talked about in this video. It's going to be fully optimized once we go in and do our thing. A set of backlinks in your local area, and we'll submit your profile on all the major directories, so you don't have to do that yourself. All of your location and services landing pages will build out by doing the design and the copywriting, again, going off of the SEO audit and the high value keywords that we've already searched up. That's going to be easy for your profile and your website to rank for. We'll get you an automated review generation system, and we'll build that into your CRM so that your Google Business Profile SEO for reviews is essentially on autopilot and you barely have to touch it. What does it take from your end? 1 to 2 hours of your time just to get us set up, and then we'll do the rest. It's a one-time payment, no retainers for this. If your business profile isn't on the first page of Google by month 2, we'll just give you a full refund. How long is this going to take? We'll get everything set up in 14 days or less. Can I just do this myself? Yes, but that's what this whole video is for. So book a call with us to get started. I'll leave the link to my calendar in the description. It'll be on our website as well, and you can check that out. If you got any value from this video, leave a comment, leave a like. I'll catch you in the next one.